behind me you can see the station, and you can also see the start of what's going to be the new swimming pool. It's a swimming pool which will be replacing the current Ladywell pool. And now you can see behind me the rest of the development along Ladywell, which Ladywell will be bringing 5,000 more people into this area. Behind me is a building going up to 11 stories, but there is also to be over here a building of 24 stories high. Now I was part of the group which proposed this development on the basis that an additional pool would be nice, but not at the cost of closing Ladywell Pool, to keep them both open. And I also opposed the development because it is not dealing with the problem of Lewisham's homelessness. There are 14,000 families on Lewisham's homelessness register, but very few of these people will have any access to the building now going on. And we're seeing a huge impact on the local environment, on local resources, on the local infrastructure. But only 147 units will actually be available, that is 17%, will actually be available as socially rented accommodation. I'm standing outside the sales office for this whole development. And some of them are being advertised in Hong Kong, and that means they'll be advertised as buy-to-let for somebody to make a profit out of. But of course it's going to be the people of Lewisham, and particularly the people of Ladywell, who are going to bear the brunt of the problems that are created. And now we're standing outside Lewisham Bridge Primary School, and this is part of the sign of how badly thought through the Lone Pit Vale, the Gateway developments are. So at the same time as they're bringing a lot more primary school children into the area, and at a time when there's enormous pressure on primary school places, the number of primary school places at this site are actually going to be reduced. Now we argue in People Before Profit that in fact this site is big enough to expand primary school places. We could demolish that bungalow building over there, and we could make the whole school into a 3-form entry. We did at least manage to save the historic building, Lewisham Bridge School. You can see that it is actually run down, but you can still see some of the fine detail of a very beautifully designed school. The one that's coming into its place doesn't seem to me to have any architectural merit worth talking of. Right, the plan is for this school to be turned into an all-through 3 to 16 school. Now, nobody really wants this development, wants that change. What we need in Lewisham are more primary schools, and we need more secondary schools. But the council has sort of painted itself into a corner by refusing all suggestions made by John Hamilton and the New Schools campaign for sites elsewhere in the borough. And now they've decided that this is the only site that there is. But it's squeezing a lot of people. It's trying to put a quart into a pint pot. Okay, this is Hilly Fields. Really, the centrepiece of Ladywell. Ladywell is Hilly Fields, and you can just see by looking at the fantastic autumn colours at the moment what a wonderful resource it is for the people who live here. Well, the contract for the maintenance of Lewisham's parks is a PFI which was awarded to Parkwood Leisure, and the arm of Parkwood Leisure which looks after parks is called Glendale. Parkwood Leisure also have the contract for Ladywell Pool. Now, what I found as a result of being involved with the Hilly Fields Park for some time is the great difficulty one has trying to get the PFI contract to be done to a standard that I think one might expect. For instance, mowing the lawn would be quite a basic, mowing the grass, quite a basic aspect. What happens is the grass tends to be left until it's really rather long, and then it's cut and just left. Yeah? Right, well what we're looking at here is the result not of Parkwood Leisure or Glendale, but the result of another piece of subcontracting which was undertaken in order to create the cricket pitch that's recently been trying to create on Hilly Fields. Now, it was undertaken by a subcontractor, and they cut the grass and appear to have dumped the grass in various places. It looks unsightly, and you can't actually tell, but it smells pretty awful as well.